The Good Citizens Podcast.
Sports, basketball.
One time, clap it up for the Lakers.
Basketball.
We back. 10 years.
It's been a long time coming. 10-year drought. We needed this.
In case you guys don't know, in case you've been living under a rock, in case you've been rooting for the Clippers, I don't know, whatever bad decisions you've been making, the Lakers are back in the finals. Back in the finals, the Lakers show where they belong. So we're gonna be celebrating. We're gonna be celebrating title number 17 here pretty soon.
Yep, it's coming.
So what do you guys think of that series? That Denver series? I mean, a lot of people thought they were gonna give us some trouble.
Why would they? That's easy work. Come on now. We talking about chips.
Hey, Jamal Murray. You know everybody was all Jamal Murray.
Chips, no dip. What happened to the dippers?
Hey, that's like I said. If
Don't compare us to them, man. We was in the same position they was in, handled it the way they should have, and like you said, we on our way to 17.
The funny
1, 2, 3 Cancun for the dippers.
The Clipper slander after they lost that game 7. Oh my gosh, I don't think I've laughed so hard on Twitter and sent so many Twitter links to people in my whole life.
We sent so many memes to each other.
Boy, from way off P.
That one took the cake.
Pandemic
That was
P.
my favorite.
Man,
Way off P. Yeah,
my man was getting slandered.
Did they combine for 24 points?
They did.
Kobe was not pleased with that.
And people put that meme up that it was in remembrance of Kobe.
Right.
That was
is
not Mamba mentality. Okay.
2 LA guys had to put on for Kobe, even though they Clippers, even though they on the other side.
Don't disrespect the GOAT like that, man.
That's crazy.
I mean, they'll be the Inglewood Clippers soon.
All that jazz they was kicking all year long. All the Clipper fans, they know who they are. I should start dropping some names, but I'm not going to. I won't do it. I'll let them live. But
I was in a lot of DMs. I'm not gonna lie. You know who you are.
They've been mighty silent recently.
That was the thing. People picked them just
the fans went on vacation with them.
Off a jump. People picked them like, oh, we got these two that they for sure going to the championship.
Stupid.
Like what? Come on
know,
now.
I mean, count me biased. I'm a Lakers fan, but I legit didn't see why everybody was so hyped. I mean, Kawhi is nice. I don't believe in Paul George, and I think he's shown us that to give us reason not to believe in him like that. And then I mean, Lou Will gonna give you buckets. Okay.
But he did
not. Really?
But he didn't.
Not in the playoffs.
I guess the wings were too good.
Buckets of wings, right.
Oh man, they need to get back to Magic City.
That was a good one. I liked it.
He needed to get back to Magic City. He was. That's where he is. He was 1, 2, 3 strip club.
But you're right. All year, everybody was talking about how their bench was so much better. That LeBron was fading. Kawhi maybe arguably better is what they were thinking.
Right.
And honestly, the sports media does owe the Lakers an apology because I mean we've been saying it all year. Like the Lakers are the better team, and even if they would have bet us in the Western Conference Finals, they were still going down. There's no way. Like, what are you going to do with AD? And at the end of the day, playoff LeBron is a different beast.
It's
different. That's the thing. They might have had the deeper team. They might have had more talent top to bottom. But like you said, we cut different, man. We got, like you said, we got Bron.
In the playoffs, you need 2 guys that can go get a bucket.
Go get it.
And Bron, AD can get a bucket.
Right.
Any day of the week, any hour, any time, you say, yo, we need 2. They give you 2. Paul not in that category.
Nope. No, sir.
No, he didn't show up when he needed to be there. So.
And then the Clippers' massive failure also got their coach fired.
Right, it's all crumbling. As it should.
You knew somebody had to be the scapegoat, and honestly, it's shameful that it had to be Doc Rivers. Like he didn't deserve that.
I mean,
he didn't. I don't think it was a coaching issue, right? At the end of the day, your top 2 players underperformed. I can't blame Kawhi because he showed up every game. Maybe not as much the last one, but he probably was tired from carrying the whole load himself. Mm-hmm. So at that point, you got to look at your number 2 guy. And I'm sorry, but I
mean, Doc's been there for 7 years. Mm-hmm. This is not the first time he's lost a 3-1 lead in the playoffs.
Ooh, so you arguing he deserved it?
I'm saying, I mean, how much time does he need?
How
many different
I hear what you're saying.
regimes does he need? He had CP and Blake in that whole Lob City era.
Did you feel like that was a championship team though?
Who?
At the time,
Blake
Lob
and them?
City.
It could have been.
I mean, that was like
Why couldn't it have been?
That was like during the Warriors.
They was a game. They were a win away from the Western Conference Finals, just like this team was. I mean,
All right.
come on now.
I don't think it was
The Miami Heat made it to the finals.
I think Doc
That's the
is
Eastern
not,
Conference. That's different.
Doc is not like super culpable, but I mean, I honestly put that on Paul George. To be
Right.
honest,
That's
I
the-
mean, he just
He
didn't
didn't show
deliver.
up.
Like, but I get why Steve Ballmer is like, look, let's move on.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Doc, the owner's going to be way more committed to the players than he is the coaches. You know what I mean? They're way more invested into the players and whatnot. And I mean, I'm surprised Doc and PG lasted a whole season anyway because of what they got going on personally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't even.
Well,
I
they
think,
overcame a lot of issues.
That's what I'm surprised they lasted a day in the same room
I
together,
don't
let
know
alone the
if-
whole season.
As a father, like to think like, or if it was like my child's ex that cheated on them, like I'd be like, I'm not
Right.
gonna give you any minutes right
Yeah,
now.
one of them had to go.
And if you scrubbing, like if you just like playing terribly,
right. And I don't even think, if you think about the ownership, Steve Ballmer hasn't hired his own coach yet. Like, he always gonna want to hire their own coach. So
Who do you think is coming in?
I don't know. That's the thing. Like, yeah, Doc probably deserved to get fired, but at the same time, do you fire somebody when you know there's not somebody that's better than them out there? Like, who out there is better than Doc now?
That was my point. I'm
Who's
like,
the free agent coach?
who you bringing in?
Unless he's gonna pull
D'Antoni?
somebody out of a job that they already have because they think that the Clippers are
A championship team.
contender. But I also don't see that.
I mean, they say Pop sold his house in San Antonio. I'm just saying.
Hey,
Pop
People-
ain't coming to
People
LA.
felt like Pop might go to Brooklyn, Coach KD and
Pop,
Kyrie.
Pop hates the Lakers though, so I definitely don't think he's going to be in LA. I could see him going to Brooklyn though.
he could go to the Clippers.
I mean, he's definitely not going to Brooklyn now.
You
Steve
think you
Nash
really
is there.
think Pop wants to be like that? The Staples Center is the Lakers arena. Like I don't think that Pop wants to be there as the Clippers, not in his own arena. Like that's a step down to me.
Yeah, it's definitely a step down. Like the Clippers embody mediocrity.
Right.
it depends on
So
it's an ego thing. If he goes there, it's ego. It's thinking like I can make them into what they need to be or what they want to be. So.
Right. But I mean the Clippers have a hell of a staff. Like I mean you got Jerry West as an advisor. Like I just don't understand what happened. Like they completely just
They're cursed.
it's the Clippers.
It's the Donald Sterling curse. Until they revamp that whole thing from top to bottom, new arena, new name, new logo, all
They
that.
did though. They did.
Tried.
Street lights.
Nah, come on,
No,
man.
and the disrespect when they was covering up our banners with,
Oh yeah, that
with
was.
posters.
With poster.
Nah, they need to start that from scratch. Start all the way over.
So the
Fresh
moral of the
start.
story is the right team, the Lakers,
The only team.
made it
Absolutely.
to the finals where they deserve to be.
I saw. Didn't we see their starting five in a Sonics uniform or something like that?
Oh, that was Photoshop. Yeah.
Yeah, Bomber. Just
It makes-
Take them to
I
Seattle.
ain't mad at that.
Seattle Clippers.
I'm not mad at that.
Why not?
San Diego.
take them on.
Seattle's a beautiful city. I wouldn't mind going up there to.
Vegas deserves an
boom.
NBA team. Las Vegas deserves an NBA team. They should just go play
They'll
there.
get one.
Oh, Lou Will would love it.
Them
Would
and the
love
Raiders.
Vegas.
Yeah, they'll love it. All of them will love it there.
They'll get one.
That's
They-
where they were when they found out they were getting Paul
Yeah.
George and
Right,
Kawhi.
right. They was out there
Kawhi.
together.
Didn't
Right.
they bust
it
into
back
like
there.
LeBron was in some room or something, and I guess Pat Bev and Lou Will like came in there laughing and stuff and
Clowns.
A bunch of clowns.
certified.
I'm sure Pat Bev has a lot to say right now.
Vegas will get a team. I bet Vegas has an NBA team in the next 5 years, 5 to 8 years.
It's
I
gonna
bet
be
somebody
an
moves up.
expansion, or
Somebody
you think
moves-
somebody's moving?
Somebody will move over there.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah. Raiders are probably the first one to kick that door down.
Right. They got a hockey team now. They got an NFL team. They got
WNBA team.
They got
T-Mobile.
WNBA,
They got
right?
WNBA
Yeah,
team.
the Aces.
They got T-Mobile Arena. Like
Yeah, it's inevitable.
it's just it's a
I'm
money
saying
thing.
the Clippers is built like, come on, before y'all break ground. Did they already break ground on the little Clippers new arena in Inglewood?
Hell no.
Nah, but what's the name?
Before
Just
they get
bought
that
the-
going, they
he
need to
bought
go
the
to Vegas.
Forum.
Yeah, aren't they just gonna play in the Forum? I know he
Well,
bought
Bomber,
it.
Bomber
nah.
bought the Forum.
No,
from
he said he
Steve
was going
Dolan
to. They
or
said he
James
was
Dolan.
demolishing that.
Oh,
Nah, he can't do that.
that's gonna be even. They're
They're
gonna
not
be
gonna-
more
That's
cursed.
like
if
an
they
LA
do that.
landmark. No,
yeah,
for
they're not
sure.
gonna.
Yeah.
They're not gonna.
They
they're not
demolished
gonna-
the Forum.
LA
knock that
fans
down.
are going to boycott if you do
Nah,
that.
they
The
got
Forum. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you got it.
They got a site for the stadium in Inglewood,
They do.
but James Dolan was like trying to sue to stop it because he didn't want to take business from the Forum because Madison Square owned the Forum, and then Balmer was just like, all right, I'll buy it from you. So he just bought it. He just bought the Forum, but I think he still has plans to build
A new arena.
a new arena.
Okay, I was going to say, you better not knock down the Forum.
Inglewood blowing up.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
See
yeah,
the property
yeah.
value over there. man?
Gentrification.
Right.
So finals
Kinda.
previews, final preview, and then final prediction. Give me before your prediction. Give me a little preview of how you see the finals going down.
It's interesting because I think this is the first team that actually has somebody that can guard AD in Bam. But I figure if Bam, plays good defense, Tyler Hero shoots well from the three, Jimmy Butler does what he does, I got Lakers in 4.
I knew that was coming. That's how I was looking
Sounds
like.
about right. Sounds about right.
Doc, what you think?
Same thing I said in the group chat. I'm gonna go with Lakers in 6. I think they're gonna take a game or so to just kind of feel the situation out. So I'm gonna go Lakers in 6.
Dolo.
Since we got Danny Green, I'll say Lakers in 5. I'll give Miami a game for a simple fact that we have Danny Green and he's liable to lose you a game in each series. But other than that, yeah, that's easy work, man. They can't hang with us. They're a nice young team on the come up. They got pieces, but Tyler Hero ain't ready for us. Bam ain't ready for AD. That's AD's little homie from Kentucky and all that. So yeah, man,
All right, he better son him like the little homie.
bet he will.
So which I got 5.
Yeah, I got Lakers in 5. She said 6.
I said 6.
Oh, you said 6.
Yeah.
Doc said 6.
Yeah, I thought 6 earlier. I think I'm gonna change that to 5 actually
Okay.
because when I'm looking at it, when AD goes off, when AD plays like he's supposed to play, we win. We're tough to beat. That first series, we still end up winning in 5, but PJ Tucker made it a little bit tougher on AD because he's a strong veteran player and he knows how to do tricky stuff.
Right.
Then you get to the next level and Jokic had just had this all-world series and he couldn't do anything with AD and was frustrated by being guarded by AD and the length of the Lakers. So I kind of see the same thing happen with Bam. He's had 2 great series, 3 great series, whatever, and he's going to get here and it's going to be a different level.
For sure.
He's going up against AD. He's going up against the knucklehead JaVale McGee, but he's long and athletic, and he's going up against Dwight, who has experience.
Proving himself to be able to be that pest.
He knows how to do it. So
Reinventing
And
his
Dwight
career.
locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
he come in ready to go.
Yeah, he's humble, he's hungry, and he's doing whatever it takes to help us out.
I rock with the fact that all the Lakers were, use the Kobe quote, just, job's not finished.
They know.
job. Why would I smile?
They know what time
Job
it is.
not
is
done.
not done.
Job finished. Job not finished. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking 5. But that Denver series was probably one of the most competitive 4-1 series. So I could see this being a competitive one too.
We could have easily, right? Like, we barely won game 2. They won game 3. Literally that series could have been like tied 2-2. Like,
yeah, there were some swing games, but that's where the LeBron factor and the experience kicks in.
veterans,
You
kicks
win
in.
those games as opposed to dropping those games.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yo, the way LeBron closed out that
game 5.
man,
Vintage.
That was nice to see
Vintage.
because he was looking
playoff LeBron.
he was looking tired. I was like, okay, he's gonna need something.
I'm gonna be honest. The first 4 games, second half, Bron was looking winded. I'm gonna be honest. As a fan, like, I was just like, Bron doesn't look like he has any gas left in the tank, and honestly, he had to keep us in the game in the first half, like the first couple games. So I think he was spent. But that last game, he pulled it from somewhere.
And shut you up, right?
He shut me all the way up. You always got something to say.
Hashtag Washed King. Let's keep Washed King in all the way to the championship.
He's one of the greats. I will give that to him.
The Good Citizens Podcast.